What's going on, guys? Ness here. Today what I want to do is make a quick tutorial on how to turn any Android device into a pretty beastly retro gaming handheld using RetroArch. I want to show how to install it and how to get the emulators working properly. What I'm going to be using is my Homtom HT70, primarily because it has an ungodly amount of battery life. It's got a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, so that'll give me hours upon hours of gaming. And I'm using an APK retractable controller. But you guys can use any phone pretty much as long as it's Android, and any controller. Doesn't even necessarily need to be Bluetooth. You could connect a controller via OTG. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing you want to do is install RetroArch onto your device. You could go through the Play Store. If that's not an option for you, you can download it from an external site like I did right here. I'll put a link to the site where I downloaded my APK file in the description below. So once you go ahead and download, go ahead and install it onto your device. So once RetroArch is installed, go ahead and give it permission to access everything that it wants. Now you're going to go ahead and click Settings. Go over to the Driver tab. Scroll down to where it says Menu Driver and change it to XMB. This is going to make everything a lot simpler. Go ahead and quit RetroArch, and then go ahead and open up the app all over again. And once you open it up, you'll see that it's got this pretty neat kind of PS4, PSP-esque kind of menu. And this is just going to make things a lot simpler to download the cores and to sort out your games and whatnot. Now the next thing you want to do is take whatever controller you're planning on using and sync it up with your device right now. This menu is kind of a pain to navigate without a controller attached, and RetroArch will detect what controller is attached almost immediately. So once you're all set up and you got your controls attached, go ahead to the tab to the farthest left where it says Load Core, and go ahead and scroll down and click Download Core. And this is where all of the emulation cores are at. As you can see, there's a ton. Whatever games you plan on playing, this is where you're going to want to download the cores from. So I'm going to go ahead and download a couple of cores, primarily SNES, Sega Genesis, N64 and whatnot. And then we'll move on to the next step. Now once you have your cores downloaded and installed, it's time to place your ROMs onto the device. What I did was create a folder called ROMs right in the root of my device, and on the inside of this folder I placed separate folders for each type of game that I plan on playing. Now once you have your games installed, go ahead, open up RetroArch and scroll all the way to the tab on the farthest right where it says Scan Directory. Now go ahead and find the ROMs folder that you just placed onto your device and scan this directory. This is going to make life a lot easier for you. This is going to go ahead and separate the games according to which emulator they're going to be used for, and it's going to do all the organization for you. It's going to take a little bit of time, so just let it run its course and you'll see the result. As you can see, RetroArch created these little tabs and icons corresponding to which type of game they are. All my game files are organized and ready to be played. So now let's go ahead and test out some of the games I put onto this device and see how well they work. "16-bit titles are working flawlessly. N64 seems to be running at a really smooth rate. And even the PSP game that I put on here seems to be working really well. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how to get RetroArch up and running on your Android device. As you can see, using the Hamtom HT70 and this retractable controller for under 200 bucks, I pretty much created a really badass retro gaming console, and you guys could do the same. It's that simple. I'll put links to everything I used in the description below in case you guys want to mimic my setup. But as long as you follow these steps on any Android device, you should get the same result. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.